How do you know when it's time to upgrade your website? There's a lot of warning signs, and I like to tell my clients as we're building these websites, this is an investment that's going to last you anywhere between 3 to 5 years. If you are beyond that, chances are technology has evolved, your business has evolved, and it probably doesn't even reflect how you're still doing business or the way that you want your customers to engage with you. And it might not even reflect the problem that you're solving for people. So keeping your website up to date, in line with current design, and reflecting your business as it serves people is crucial for making sure your digital foundation is established and setting you up for success online. So here's a few quick tips of things you want to make sure are in place. And these are some warning signs that might mean, hey, it's time to fix that website. So number one, outdated content. If there's stuff on your website, you're like, I know I need to fix that. I've just been meaning to do that. It's on the back burner. It's on the back list. Someone told me about that last week. I know I've been meaning to do it. That's a good sign that you probably need to upgrade. It might not be a complete redesign at that point, but you do need to spend some time updating the content on your website because that's where people are going online. They're going to look you up. They're going to find your website. And if it's not up to date, that's going to confuse people and it may even drive them away from you. Number two, a loss of clients and a decrease in income. This is especially true if you're in e-commerce because your website is your lifeblood. So if you're noticing that your income has decreased, maybe your button's not working to check out. Maybe there's a recent update that's broken something on your website. You need to pay very quick attention, especially in the e-commerce world when that happens. If you're not e-commerce, you still might be getting a loss in income and leads if your website is not updated, if it's not clear, if it's not compelling. Another thing to do, number three, this is closely tied to that, is a decline in website visitors. If you've noticed that your website visitors has decreased, if your bounce rate has increased, meaning as soon as they get there, they bounce, that means you probably should update your content. And maybe you need to change the words, you need to change the imagery so it resonates with your visitors. And then you also might need to look at your SEO in order to make sure that it is clearly communicating to Google what your problem that you're solving and the content is on your website. And then the next thing, number four, is low performance of your website. Tying into SEO, if your website is slow, Google's gonna say it's a no-go. Okay, a little cheesy. But you really need to pay attention to speed because the user experience is just terrible. When you land on a website and you have to wait like 4 minutes for the thing to load or 30 seconds, and you just have to, or things are not showing up, that's something that you want to address, and you want to address that quickly because what you don't want to happen is people to get to your website and like, hey, this looks broken or this isn't working. So you want to make sure that you're staying on top of website performance. The next thing, rise in negative feedback about your website. Tying into that last point is if you are getting feedback from your clients, from your customers that are saying, hey, this is confusing, this is hard to find, I couldn't figure this out on your website, so I called you or emailed you. Well, to decrease the amount of times that you're having to answer that same question, you should fix that on your website. Fix that on your digital foundation so that you can actually decrease the amount of time that people have to waste online, whether they're trying to just find a simple answer. If you have to answer the question via the phone or the email 20 times, there's a good sign you need to put like an FAQ or an easy answer on your website. And that way you can either save your time and save their time. It's just respect on both sides. And finally, incompatible with mobile devices. Again, these are not in any specific order because this arguably in 2022 and beyond is exceedingly important. We're doing so much business on our phone. It's in everyone's hands and devices, and they're just there on their phone. You want to make sure your website, especially service-based industries or anything really online, there's not a lot of businesses that shouldn't be mobile optimized right now because we're out and about, we're in our cars, we're on the go, we're in bed just like scrolling and stuff, and we're looking at your website. And if it's not mobile optimized, it's gonna drive people crazy. You're gonna lose conversions. You're gonna have high bounce rates. People are gonna go away. They're gonna not like your stuff. They're gonna complain. They're gonna say they can't find anything. These are all signs that you should upgrade your website or improve it in some really important and critical ways. So hopefully that's helpful to you as you are considering whether or not you need to upgrade or update your website.